weather, the seats. It was just an awesome day. So tonight we're going to do something a little different. We're going to open up a pack of Country Gold. These are country music singers. I probably can name maybe one. Well, no, wait. Oak Ridge Boys, Alabama. Billy Ray Cyrus. They're all I know. First card, Oak Ridge Boys. They were popular in the 80s. They won Oscars. Well, these are all jizzed up. Look at this. What the hell kind of stuff is happening in their part of the woods? Oak Ridge won a lot of Oscars. They did not get the Will Smith slap though at the award ceremony, which is good. Okay. Next is Daryl and Don Ellis. I guess the Ellis brothers. It looks to me like they were trying to be Daryl and John Oates. If you look on the back, I guess they're the country version of Hall & Oates. Ricky Skaggs. I'm opening up country cards.
Oh, good. Just in time.
Mrs. Bips loves country music. You ever hear Ricky Skaggs? Sounds like a jobber. Kevin Welch. It's definitely no Bob Welch. Obi, if you're watching, I know you're a big country fan. Scagnetti. Ricky Scagnetti. Ricardo Scagnetti. Kevin Welch. He looks a little bit like Michael Bolton. Look at that hair. Randy Travis. Randy Travis. Wasn't he married to like Julia Roberts or someone? He looks a little bit like Kevin Bacon. Like he wants to be Kevin Bacon. He's got the white shirt like George Michael did in his Greatest Hits album cover. Sterling Live. Alan Jackson. Definitely one of the Jackson 5. He was the guitarist. Looks just like Michael. Good evening, Andrew, and welcome. What's going on, brother? Happy opening day weekend. Glenn Campbell, he sang Like a Rhinestone Cowboy. That's Mrs. Bips with the lyrics. I used to like that song. I used to drive around the city playing that song really loud. Thank you, brother. Checking something here. I had this up. I'm pulling it back up. Something about baseball. How about Ohtani? What do you have? Like 9 strikeouts in 2 innings the other night? I thought you were just making fun of the name. I never saw that movie. I'm aware of the Ice Cube Dr. Dre song, Natural Born Killers, but I never seen the movie. Chris Ledukes, Jobber, and Gary and Kathy. Gary and Kathy, they look like counselors, like they want to counsel me with my marriage, not sing country music to me. This pack is very strange. I don't want to open another pack of them again for another week. Lineup struggling? All right, well. It's funny you say that because I'm pulling up. Okay, here it is, the leaders right now. How many of these people be in the top? This is amazing. Batting average leaders. Stephen Kwan is batting 800 for Cleveland. Ian Happ, 714. Mark Canha, 700. Nick Solak, 667. And Stephen Kwan at 600. He's been doing so good. They actually they duplicated or cloned him. ESPN. It's pretty amazing. Those 5. Who's going to be in the top 20 at the end of the year? I think Solak has a shot. I mean, I'm not comparing him to Trout or Harper, but out of those 5, I think Solak would have the best chance to finish top 20 in batting average. He was a good prospect coming up. Home runs. Buxton has 3. He could probably hit 40 if he could stay healthy, but that's like, if I can not eat a piece of pizza, they're impossible. He's going to get hurt. I'm going to eat more pizza than I should. Same thing with Stanton. He's got 2 home runs. Rizzo, 2. Segura and Profar, 2. Right, they're facts, right? Which one? Buxton or Solak or both? Moniak with the broken hand. That's a killer. That is a killer. Moniak finally getting his ass together. And he broke his hand. All the above. I like pizza. I like it a lot, if you can't tell. Matt Olson, 8 hits. He leads the majors. What kind of pizza do you like? You got the Sicilian, which is the square thick. You have thin crust. You have deep dish. That's exactly the Phillies for number 1 pick finally gets his act together and then breaks his hand. That is a Phillies thing. What's Hartford style? I never heard of that. Carl, you ever hear of Hartford style pizza? Matt Olson, 8 hits. That's amazing. Andrew Vaughn and Tyler O'Neill, 6 RBIs. They're tied for second. I think them two are going to have really breakout years. Travis Jankowski, 2 stolen bases. He might get 10. Hartford style, that's what Andrew mentioned. We're going to find out what that is. Saves, Presley, Rogers, Carlos Rodon, 12 strikeouts. It's a normal style of pizza that's cooked very well. Now we know what Hartford is. I like it. I like it. I like my pizza well done. All right, let's look at the standings. 3 games in, like it's really going to matter. Next week, these standings won't even matter, but it's nice to see who's starting off well. King M, sorry about the YouTube problem. Classic Neapolitan. That's with a lot of meats, right? Neapolitan, if I'm not mistaken. Tampa's undefeated. Wow. Yankees 2-0. Baltimore as expected 0-3. Boston 0-2. I think you got a better chance of Tampa going undefeated than you have Baltimore getting a win. The undercarriage, like underneath, you got to have a good crust for Neapolitan. Yeah, you can't do Neapolitan on a thin crust. Oakland and LA and Texas all have 1 win. The Mets 3-1. Give them another few weeks. 17 home runs in 9. Toronto has 17 home runs in 19 innings. Pretty crazy. Oh yeah, you can't flop with the toppings. Sometimes you got to break out the fork, not the knife and fork, the cup, but to hold up the slice. Dodgers are in 4th place in the NL West. I don't think that'll last. Atlanta 2-2, Phillies 2-1. All right, nothing really stands out as like wow. These are cartoons. This is the final pack we have of these until our supplier comes through with more. The goal is Kazako. These are the garbage pail kids of Major League version of Major League Baseball cards. There's a Kazako dressed up like Rambo. He was on the pack cover, but we didn't get the card yet. So, Wild Pitch Mitch. This is a play for Mitch Williams. I don't remember on the Angels. Andrew, do you remember Mitch Williams on the Angels? Dr. OK. This is Dr. OK. It's a play on Dr. K, Dr. Gooden. Look how geeked up he is right now. He must have did a rail the size of the Statue of Liberty right here. Now that wouldn't affect him. He needs a rail the size of the equator. This is a hot prospect. The kid is a real hot prospect. He has a smart agent, an uptown PR man, and a clean urine test. Oh, this is a nice looking card. October, Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. He loved the spotlight. Reggie Jackson. He always performed well. I'm not doing the wave. I'm being held up by these ticket prices. You know why you shouldn't do the wave? Because as I'm walking out of my seat the other day, I get smacked in the face. Some chick in front of me did the wave. She went like this, and she stood up and hit me. She went, I'm so sorry. I said, it's okay. I understand you're doing the wave. That explains it. And I walked away. It's not just annoying, it's dangerous, the wave. Another inch, she could have scratched my eye out. And then when I had to sweep her leg. Tony Twin. So that's Tony Gwynn looking at his brother, Chris Gwynn. I don't know who this is. This is some big brewer. Maybe Gorman Thomas. Andre Dawson. Andre Austin breaking a bet. And on strike, owner's unfair. This is another one of the play on Field of Dreams. That was a good pack. I like it. Yo, Andrew Painter, the Phillies' #1 pick. Last year had 9 strikeouts in 3 innings. This is his pro set pre-rookie card. This is part of the trivia prize tonight, along with a few others. Some Canseco's too. Who was the Phillies' #1 draft pick last year? Which pitcher? Don't type the answer. Retweet it at the end of the broadcast. And we're going to look up Pinnacle again. 94, Series 2. The goal's either Chase Utley, who probably wasn't even born yet, or Jose Canseco. Jeff Reardon on the Yankees. This is crazy. I never knew he was a Yankee. No, I never knew that. The Terminator in New York. Tim Myers, rookie prospect, Padres. I don't think he worked out too well, unless he changed his name to Will. Dave Henderson on the. This is a really cool looking card. Dave Henderson signing, looks like for somebody. Looks like signing it for a pizza chef. Speaking of pizza, that looks like he makes pizzas. Mark McLemore robbing a home run. These are better pictures than photos in the Stadium Club. Tim Laker, jobber. Rich Amaro. There were some really bad players in '94. Here's a rookie prospect. Yankee pitcher, Mark Hutton. He had such a bad baseball career, he had to get out of it, and he went into financial advising. E.F. Hutton. When E.F. Hutton speaks, you listen. Look up their tagline. Carl Willis. I didn't know he had a brother who pitched for the Twins. Carl. Same first name. We'll put this in your stash. Maybe if you see him. Next gathering, you get his autograph for us. Hal Morris. Okay, Red, right? He wasn't a jobber. He wasn't a star. Tony Phillips. No relation to Tony Bips. They never played in Philadelphia for him to reproduce with Mrs. Bips. Mike Stanley is a catcher for the Red Sox and the Yankees. Yo, this pack is probably one of the worst packs that I've ever opened. Both present day and past. Ken Hill and Hippolito Pichardo. What the hell is a Hippolito Pichardo? And why am I saying that name twice? Our final pack of the evening is 2000 Bowman, home of the rookie card. They say it right here. to the goals of 1973 Mike Schmidt. Edgardo Alfonso, he had a couple good years for the Mets. Abraham Nunez, he was a Marlin. I remember the name, two Marlins. Stop if you're watching. Abraham Nunez and Wes Anderson. Never heard of Wes. David Walling. Chris Benson, he's a player more famous for his wife, Anna Benson. Check her out. Don't tell her I told you. Chris Benson was the #1 draft pick for the Pirates. Never really lived up to his billing. Richie Sexson. He was always good for like 30 home runs. Real tall dude. Keith Reed. Shane Reynolds, he was an Astro pitcher, had a couple good years. Nothing really. Put it this way, if he retired, he probably wouldn't even sniff the Hall of Fame ballot. Kenny Loft, on the other hand, great leadoff hitter for the powerhouse Indian teams. Braves, and I think he was a Philly for about 2 or 3 innings. And final card of the night is a TV card, and it's not a bad player. Usually we'll get like a Keith Reed on these TV pieces, who's a Vidro. He was a good second baseman. He was somebody who I always liked to target in fantasy. Even to this day, maybe in the 20th round, I would take a shot with him in redraft leagues. Can't hurt. Those Expos were good. All right, fella, that's all I got. Happy opening day weekend, everybody. Hope everybody's team ends up in the playoffs. We still have a lot more games left, so if your team's not doing good, don't fret. You still have a lot more time. If your team is doing good, don't get too ahead of yourselves. Gotta pace yourselves. So that's all I got. Thank you all for joining, fellas. You guys keep watching. I'll keep ripping. Have a great Monday.